Hey everybody, welcome to Augusta Business Connection Spotlight, where we'll be exploring local businesses, charities, and events in our community. I'm Tiffany Justice. I'm owner of Justice Acquisitions, where we do short-term Airbnb rentals and home rehabs. I also am the owner of JT Realty, where we help our clients buy and sell homes and our local investors find their next investment property. I'm also the admin of Augusta Business Connection. It's a local Facebook group that has over 15,000 members to connect small businesses with our community, people who need small businesses, and for small businesses to get their name out there. Today our spotlight is on Patty and Ramiro Galvan. They have several businesses around the area as well as a charity. So today we're going to be talking to them. Welcome, guys.
Welcome.
Thank you for having us.
Absolutely. Tell me a little bit about your businesses that you have in the CSRA.
All right, so I'm Ramiro, of course, my sister Patty. There's more people from the group. Yeah, we have more family members in the group. Of course, my brother, Juan, Fernando, and my mom, my dad, my wife, we all part of it.
It's a family.
It's family business. We own 2 restaurants. The third one is coming on their way, Munchies, Snacks. Hopefully we can open up that one soon.
Yeah.
And we specialize in a little more authentic Mexican food than your other typical restaurants here in town. But we also do a little twist on a few of the main authentic dishes.
Yeah.
So kind of like authentic, but still a little bit of ours, a little bit,
fusion.
a little fusion
Yeah.
from both of us. And yeah, that's my goal. I don't know.
My favorite is Patty's Burrito, just because it's a fusion of authentic with a little bit of my style. So you should definitely try it next time you go.
Absolutely.
And my favorite, I don't think I have a favorite, just because I love every single dish that if it's in the menu, it's because we love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Otherwise, it wouldn't be in the menu. So I literally everything that's in the menu, even when we did vegan food, at some point, was because I was trying to go vegan.
It did work out.
So I was like, just to help myself eat there,
Right.
And eat healthy, whatever.
Yeah, because you're there all the time,
So it lasted for maybe 6 months, and I was like, nope, never mind. But other than that, I like everything else.
I'm sure it was delicious, though, regardless,
It was a little different,
Yes.
It was a little different because I love meat.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
Going vegan with tofu and everything, but adding a little bit of Mexican spice to it with a little bit of our twist, it was different.
combination,
Yeah, it was a good combination.
Right.
It was different. Put it that
Yeah,
way.
absolutely. So is that still on the menu?
Nope.
No.
It only lasted 6 months. And I was like, nope. Let's
So forget
something
that.
else.
Yeah.
Vegetarian options, which
Yes.
is still very delicious, but no vegan.
No vegan
Yeah.
anymore.
I think my favorite part was the salsa bar that y'all had, because y'all were the first, Mexican restaurant to do the salsa bar. And that's cool because then you can get up and get the stuff, when you want it, how much you want of it. You don't have to wait on someone to bring it to your table. That was cool.
Definitely.
And of course, the margarita towers. I love those.
And believe it or not, the salsa bar, it was a mistake.
It was a mistake.
Oh.
A beautiful mistake.
Oh,
but
gosh.
Amazing
nonetheless,
mistake
yeah.
was because when we first opened, we didn't have a lot of clientele, right? And we had a lot of produce on the back,
That
Yeah.
was good. We needed to use it
Yeah,
before it
we
went
needed to
bad.
use it before it went bad, because
Right.
otherwise we were gonna lose money on it.
Right.
So, my dad and my mom, everybody started creating salsas or whatever, and that's how the salsa bar came to life. Yeah.
Gotcha.
People loved it so much. We were like, okay, this is
Yeah,
stable.
I was like,
Yes,
we gotta keep it now.
yeah,
I was like,
it
we have
is.
to keep them going now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So what we're doing now, every other, I don't know,
Few weeks.
few weeks or months, we try to bring a newer salsa or swap one that's not really going out as much as we
Right.
wanted to.
Yes.
But it was thankfully because of, we were going out of business.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, we
Oh,
were going out of
yeah.
business because we were going to close within 3 or 4 months that we
Yeah.
opened.
Oh,
We were-
wow. Oh,
yeah,
goodness.
We were going to close. We were to shut it down. I was back in the kitchen. She was taking care of her and my brother. We were taking up, the front of the house, and there was not people coming in, because we were.
More authentic than most
Yeah.
people are used to.
Right,
We
yeah.
had the clientele from the Hispanic side because they're used to, the kind of meats that we offer.
Right.
And the handmade tortillas and stuff like that. But
On the American
on the
side,
American side, they were not used to not having combinations, not having
Speedy
crunchy
Gonzalez.
tacos, ground beef. And
Oh,
stuff like
yeah.
that. So it was hard for them to walk in and say, "Well, I don't even know what half of this is."
Right.
Yeah, and
Just
someone
walk
were like,
out.
"You're not authentic because
Yeah.
you don't sell ground beef," and I'm like, "Oh my god!" I was like,
We want to educate you, but
I
Exactly.
was like, "Sure." I was like, and people were complaining because we didn't have things that were in other authentic
Restaurants,
Mexican
yeah.
restaurant. I
Right.
was like, "Man, they're not authentic." I mean, I hate to break it to you, but they're
Right.
not authentic. I don't know who
Exactly.
told you that, but they're not. Yes, they are. Blah blah blah. I had a big fight with this lady, right? She was saying that something about the chimichangas, and I was like, she said that they're authentic, and I was like, they're not. If you Google chimichangas from Mexico, like real chimichangas, they don't look nothing like
it's a
that.
completely
Right.
different dish.
It's a completely different dish.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
a huge different dish.
Yeah.
And I showed it to her. She was like, no, because when I went to some resort, and I was like, of course.
Yeah, exactly.
Of
The
course.
resort or whatever.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
I
But
know.
I
I
was
had
like, sure,
a client the other day. She was from California, and she told me we went to the Mexican restaurant and ordered up, and it wasn't at y'all's. Unfortunately, we were over in South Carolina. But she told me, she goes, I forget what she ordered, but she said this is not the same thing. She goes, look at the pic. She showed me a picture of what she ate in California, and then what she is eating there, and she was like, it's completely different. So.
And I think people need to also realize that it also depends what part of Mexico we're coming from.
Yes.
Just like here, you can go to Tennessee or Texas
Right.
and get all like barbecue from Texas and barbecue from, I don't know.
North Carolina.
Yeah, are
Yeah,
completely
two different things, right?
And it's the same with Mexican food, depending on
Your state.
Right.
Where you're from.
Right.
We're from Jalisco, so obviously our food is more catered to that taste of what we grew up with.
Right.
Yeah.
So speaking of that, how did you guys make it here? Like what brought you specifically here to the Augusta CSRA?
So,
Our parents.
Yeah, yeah.
We came here when we were,
I was 11.
I was 6 years old. My parents were looking for the American dream, and we started in California, moved to Tennessee, it didn't work out. We hated Tennessee. It was,
It was too cool.
yeah,
Too cold.
we were used to that. And then we moved here, and we've been in Georgia for over 20 years, and it's been
In
our
Augusta,
home.
yeah.
But yeah, so we're here.
Yeah, this is our home now.
Yeah.
Pretty
Absolutely.
much. I mean, because I'm not saying that my English is great, but I'll learn English
We learned English here.
here.
Yeah. We
Thanks
learned
to,
Tennessee
yeah.
for a whole year, and
They didn't learn
they-
anything.
Yeah, they didn't
Oh,
have
gosh.
ESL classes or anything like
Yeah.
that, so we learned nothing.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
It was
So
very
you pretty
Nothing.
much just learned it all from
No,
here.
from here, yeah.
That's interesting.
And people say it was one of the worst schools
Yeah.
here.
Oh
but
really?
I went to Glen Hills.
Oh
Yeah,
I mean,
but it taught us English, and
and I turned out pretty good, I think.
yeah, yeah. And you don't have the country accent. No, I'm just kidding.
we have an accent for sure. but
Yeah.
it's not, I don't know if it's country.
So you guys, you said that you're different in that you do like a fusion type of thing. Tell me, what do you think was your biggest inspiration? Like, you could be working for other people. Like, why? What made you want to work for yourselves versus working for someone else?
You want to answer, Renz?
Go ahead.
All right. Well, I think our parents, they were a huge, huge push on it.
Yeah.
That, and we were broke once.
Yes.
Never again.
Yes, yeah,
Like we would
yeah.
do anything before we go broke
Right.
again.
Right.
But I mean, I'm not gonna say it's an inspiration, but some of that, and of course, I'm a workaholic. Like I love to work. I don't know why, but I love it. And I was to the point that I was like, well, I'm working for somebody else's dream
Yes.
and getting paid the minimum.
Right.
I was like, I don't mind getting paid less, but if I want to work for my own dream,
Right. Right.
that's what we did it.
Absolutely.
And right now, I mean, there's been weeks that we put 70 hours.
Right.
Even my bookkeeper, she's like, you're lucky you're the owner. Otherwise, you're gonna pay a lot of money, back to you
Yes,
or whatever. Because
yes.
we don't pay ourselves sometimes.
Right,
'cause,
right.
You got to put all the money back or whatever.
Right.
But I mean, we love it.
Right.
We love working for ourselves. Working on our dream,
Right.
not nobody else's dream.
Absolutely. No, I can see that.
Because if you're working for somebody else, they can fire you and
Yes.
You can be replaced.
you can be replaced
Absolutely.
tomorrow.
Next day, yeah.
Absolutely.
But yeah, our parents are definitely the inspiration. We grew up seeing them struggle and try to give us the best bet to our American dream. So I think now that we can give back to them, it's amazing.
Absolutely.
And seeing their dream come true through our dream plus more, it's pretty cool.
Oh,
It's
that's so
amazing.
awesome. I love that. I love the family atmosphere. So speaking of that then, how do you balance your work and family life? Like, how does that go? Because I know y'all are putting in a lot of hours. How do y'all balance it out?
It's hard for sure. Like he said, he's a workaholic. But I think we just try to always put the idea of family comes first. And, you know, we usually have lunch together almost every day, or dinner, or Sunday afternoons, or even in the mornings, because we do charity work in the mornings. Afterwards, we have lunch with our kids and stuff like that, just so that they understand that, yes, we're working really hard, but also family time is very important.
Right.
And no matter how busy we are, we always give ourselves 1 week during the summer to go out on vacation all together and enjoy ourselves.
That's nice.
And
That's
we go
nice.
as a family.
Yeah.
That's good.
But
That's real
but
good.
when it's working time, once we step into the restaurant, we work for the restaurant.
Right. Yes.
So even if my manager says something to me, because he's the manager, I gotta.
We don't.
Even I'm the owner.
overstep,
Right.
Yeah.
I
Right.
gotta do what he's,
Absolutely, because he's
'cause,
there to run,
yeah, he's there to
run the
it.
business. Yes.
And I feel bad, but I have sometimes send my brother home. I have say something to her. It's like, you're messing up this, because we getting paid for that. That's how we
Yeah.
put it at.
Yes. Yes.
Once we step into the restaurant, we getting paid
Right.
to be here
Correct.
to do this,
Yeah.
and but it's fun.
Yeah, because sometimes it can be hard to work with family or
can
work,
be.
all the time. I mean, yeah, I mean, like Kurt and I, sometimes work on projects together, and then we have to say,
You bump heads.
yeah, we're like, okay, time out. You go do this project, I'll go do this. Call it dividing and conquering, and sometimes you got to do that. And so I can imagine, like, I say that I can't imagine working with my whole family at the same time all the time every day.
Like I say,
So-
it's pretty nice, I guess, because we have a family group chat,
Yeah.
and most of the time I'm the one that makes the decisions for whatever, because I'm there most of the time.
Right.
So if they're not there and you have to make a decision, I message them.
He
like,
gives us like 5 minutes.
5 minutes. If nobody answers,
Then you
I
just
will
make
do
the
whatever I
executive
want. Yeah.
decision.
I gotta do what I gotta do.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Like one time, I can't remember what it was, and I was like, they all complained. I was like, I gave you 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And nobody answered. Nobody answered. So
TikTok,
I
TikTok.
Made the move. I had to make the move.
Yes, exactly. So do you think that your kids will eventually
I hope so.
come
We
into
hope
work?
so.
Yeah.
We especially during the summer, we try to bring them along in like events, just so they can see what it's like to work hard for the things that you not get used to. Like, oh, okay, well, I want an iPad, I want a new phone. Like,
Right.
work for what you want.
Right.
And I think they're doing a great job.
I think so, yeah.
We can see their excitement when we get busy, or like when they're like trying to help us out, and
Yeah.
then afterwards they're like, "Oh, this was great," or like
Aw.
they're tired, but they had a blast, and I think
Right.
that's a good thing to see in them.
Oh, yeah.
Especially at such a young age.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
definitely, definitely. Gives them an entrepreneurial.
Yeah.
Definitely.
type of spirit.
Especially for especially my oldest daughter. She
Yeah.
goes to Evans. What's the name of it?
Evans Middle.
Evans Middle. So she comes home and be like, "Hey, Dad, so all my friends have this Michael Kors, whatever." I was like, "Sure, how much is it?" And I'm like,
Holy moly.
what does that do? What does it
Does
do?
it come with money inside?
Yeah. So I set her down and be like, "Hey, yes, but we're a little different. I'm gonna teach you something else. I'm gonna teach you how
Right.
to make money so you can buy that if you wanted to. You don't need it to.
That's
but-
right.
If you want it.
Yes.
wanted to,
Work
yeah.
for it. Yeah.
And so at first she didn't like the idea, but right now when she goes and helps us clean tables or even just there,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they
Show up.
Yeah.
when they get paid, they're like, "Oh,
I
okay."
know, right?
They
Yeah.
think
There's nothing like that.
twice about what they're going to spend. It
Yes.
Because they worked hard for it.
Yes, exactly. It does put a different
Yep.
spin on that.
Definitely,
I started working, I was 15, and I didn't have to. I just did.
Just wanted-
I just
yeah.
wanted to because I wanted things, and that was back when the CDs, you
Yeah, you needed
get them
to
all
get-
for a penny, like 10 for a penny. You had to buy that
Nice.
one for $20 or whatever, like, big into that. So I started working myself, and you start seeing that money come in, you're like, do I really want to spend this $20 on that?
Right.
You know, I had to work this much time in order to get that $20, you know, start equivalating per hour
Yep.
to how much, you know, the thing costs. So yeah, it does put a different perspective on things
Big
for
time.
sure.
Margaritas.
Margaritas.
Tower.
Oh, the towers. Those are my
Yes.
favorite.
We, I remember seeing February. I remember. I bought 4 towers.
It was a little bit right after COVID. Was it?
Nope.
It wasn't? I thought it was.
Or I can't remember, honestly.
Because we were trying to get people to come back, like.
Yeah, because it was super slow.
Yeah.
We were, I mean, when something goes bad, I'm the first one to know, right?
Right.
Because the bookkeeper calls me and be like, hey, you're losing money, you're doing
Right,
this.
right. What's going on?
Yeah, and instead of me telling the group, I try to fix it first. And
Yes.
if I can't, I'd be like,
Yeah,
we need to do
exactly. What
something.
can we do? Yeah.
So I remember it was the nighttime, and I was at home, and I was going through, I can't remember, it was Facebook or something. Oh, and then I saw those beer towers, and I was like, well, I wonder, you know, if I put a margarita on it, let me email the county to
Right.
see how much liquor I can sell.
Right.
Per-
At one time
yeah,
per
at one
table.
time.
Yeah.
Emailed them. She's like, I don't even know what to answer to that question, because you know how can you measure if it's 2 or
Right.
3 people? So what we did was like, well, let's do it 1 tower per
For like 2.
2,
Right,
2 or more.
right.
If there's 1 person, we're not gonna sell
Right.
it, you know?
Yes. Yeah.
So anyways, I bought 4 towers. I put them in. We put it on social media, whatever.
Right.
I think you called me.
Yeah.
She's like, do you got more towers? I was like, no, I only got 4. She's like, well, we need to get more.
Oh,
I
gosh.
think, and then he chose to do it on a Tuesday, I
Yep.
think, and he was out for the afternoon, and like people started coming in for the towers.
Yeah.
And we only had 5 to like rotate, and we were like,
Oh my
oh
gosh.
my god.
Yep.
I was like, you need to get them like tomorrow, get more, like way more. But
And we got more. We got, at one point, I had 67 towers.
Oh my goodness.
And at one point, they were all in the floor.
yeah,
All in
it
the
was
floor.
really cool to see table with tower.
Towers,
Oh, yeah.
towers everywhere.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
out of the blue, it kind of blew our person, put it that way.
Yeah.
Because it went viral,
Right. Right.
right?
Yeah.
Because we had customers that knew us, but once we did the towers, we had a whole lot of new clientele.
Oh wow.
It was great, but it was
Yeah.
bad too, because some of them were like, well, where's the ground beef? Where is the...
Yeah. It goes back to the
And I
whole
was like, Jesus Christ, I was like,
going back to it.
yeah. Even right now, we still got people that goes in there and they swear we're not Mexicans.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
we're not authentic.
I was like, man, do you see my clientele around?
Yeah.
99 of them are Hispanic.
Right, right.
Some of them are Spanish speaking.
What you're saying that they don't know either, that this is
Right.
authentic?
Yeah.
I'm like,
Exactly.
Jesus, I'm like, dude.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, I
we
know
still
what-
get every now and then, you know,
Yeah.
people that complain that we're not authentic or whatever, whatnot, but it is what it is.
One of my Hispanic friends told me one time, he said, if you see other Hispanics eating there, it's a good place
a
to
good
eat.
sign.
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
great sign because, you know.
You know, every time they post it on Facebook, where's a good Mexican, authentic Mexican
Yes,
food? I'm
yes.
so close to post. Go to your favorite Mexican restaurant and ask your server, where did
Where they
they
come
go to
from.
eat?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Where do they go to eat when they're
Oh,
off?
where they go eat. Yes.
And you'll
yes.
find out the most authentic Mexican.
Yes, because I'm not going to lie, I've seen some Mexican
I've seen-
servers in other
Yeah.
places.
Yeah.
So, in fact, I've seen them in Elrey.
But it's not to bash on them, because they know that we have authentic food and
Yes.
their food is Tex-Mex.
Right,
So
exactly.
it's not like, oh my God, I seen you there. No, 'cause,
Yeah.
you know, that's how it
Yeah.
is. It's just that the customers, they don't know. I guess they don't know the difference.
Yes,
They
yes.
think it's Mexican
All
all
around.
across,
right.
you know, and it's
Yeah.
It's not.
not.
It's really not.
Yeah, I was like, I never eaten a chimichanga like that until I came
Right.
here.
Yeah.
Put it this way, I never eat cheese dip.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Really?
Not like
How
that.
that, yeah.
Not like that.
Yeah.
It's way different. Ours is way different.
Yeah.
When I came here, I was like, what is this water looking
What-
thing?
yeah.
It's like
yeah.
milk.
Yeah, yeah.
And they were like, what is that queso? And I was like, no, it's not.
It's not, but okay.
It's
I was like,
watered down
Yeah.
queso, right? Because
like,
it's
if
thick.
that's what we're
It's
selling-
thick
Yeah.
in Mexico, right?
I was like, if that's what we're selling, I mean,
Yeah.
let's go.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So restaurants aren't the only things that you guys are involved in the community. I see you all out there all the time with several different charities: Compass for Hope, Safe Homes of Augusta, Corazon Bonito. Tell me a little bit about all of what you do for these charities.
So essentially, when we growing up again, we struggled. We saw our parents struggle a lot, and we had the experience of getting help from charities like Compass for Hope, where we would go and sign up for like to be an angel kid and stuff like that, because our parents couldn't afford to give us presents at the time. And my mom is a huge believer in giving back, and I think that's where we get our how do you say that?
We just one time
Yes.
we went through the line, I remember, and she made us promise that
Yeah.
if we ever had the
If we ever made it and had the ability to give back,
we
were
will
gonna
need
do
her to
that.
get back. That was one of our meals,
Right,
that we
at
were
school.
at school. We knew we had it was $1.10,
Yes.
but
Yes.
it was a meal for
Right.
$1.10.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And when we find out they were going to stop the schools for so many months, I was like, Jesus. I mean, I knew some people
gonna
will,
struggle.
struggle just the way we did.
Right.
So I was like, we have the needs, we can do it. I mean, we can spare, I don't know, a $5 meal, whatever.
Right.
So same thing. I messaged the team. Within seconds, they were like, let's go for it.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I told her, she's the one that makes all the social media, whatever. I told her, say, hey, put it on social media that we're going to start doing it.
Right.
I started ordering some items from US Foods and other companies. And we were only supposed to do it for a few months,
Yeah.
but it got extended more and more. So
Right.
we extended even longer.
Right.
And then when it was done, we got so many letters from kids.
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah.
Like the
How
first letter I got, I
sweet.
was crying, and then
Yeah.
and my brother walked in, and he was like, is everything okay? And I was like, here we go.
Aw.
And I walked out, and he was like, so I was like, oh shit, I'm not the only one.
Amazing
Right,
to be able to
right.
do
Yeah.
that.
Yes.
And I also, well, with Corazón Bonito, that's been my dream. And it's amazing to help through other charities, but I think to be able to have our own and make our own rules and choose who we want to, you know,
Right.
not just limit ourselves to one cause.
Yeah, y'all are constantly busy.
Yeah.
Constantly busy.
Yes.
Okay, we got 15 more minutes.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
So then, okay, so, you were talking about how you want the children to also think about being entrepreneurs and things like that. What would be some advice that you would give to children for becoming an entrepreneur?
For children, oh, that's a good one. For children,
Sorry, I
I'll say
sprung that one on y'all.
Yeah. First, stay in school,
Yes, yes.
School is important.
at least until high school.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
I didn't finish high school, and it stopped me a little bit.
It makes
'Cause
things harder.
Anywhere that I wanted to have an okay job, they needed a GED, at least a GED.
Right.
Of course, I got it done.
Yeah,
I was like, I got my GED done or whatever, but stay in school as much as you can, save money, of course. And I know this sounds really hard for kids, but try to stay with your parents as long as you can, because you can save a lot of money there.
Yes.
That's what I did. That's how I did it.
Yes.
You know, I think I stayed at home until I was like 22,
Yeah.
and then I was okay. I'm out.
Right,
I
right.
saved my money. We were able to open the restaurant. We were
Right.
able to do things
Right.
thanks to that.
Right.
That we were saving money as much as we could.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's one of the
Yeah.
main
That-
ones.
That and like
Believe in your dreams.
Yeah, believe in your dreams. Be your own hype person. Like no one's gonna believe in it as much as you.
Right.
So just work hard on it.
Mm-hmm.
And no one's going to hand it to you either.
Nope.
That's the
No,
other
work
thing. You
hard.
have
You
to
gotta work
go.
hard, yeah.
Got to go get it on your
Yeah.
own.
Yep.
What about entrepreneurs that are already entrepreneurs, or someone who's thinking about becoming an entrepreneur?
Oh,
What would you
that's-
say?
That was his.
Yes,
Yeah.
that was your
That
thing.
was- yeah,
Okay,
he
let's
was
do.
like, "I know what I'm gonna
All right, all
Well,
right.
on that one,
Yes.
if you're thinking about it, if you're just thinking, and
And you're like, oh, this might be fun to have my own
yeah,
business.
Yeah.
don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it. Unless you're really committed,
Yeah.
because this is
It's a lifestyle.
a lot. It's like a second relationship
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
or a baby.
Yeah. Yes.
Either way you want to put it, because you, like on Elrey, when we first opened it, we had to be there to make sure it can crawl
Yes.
before it started running.
Yeah.
Right.
And
Right.
even right now, we've been open for almost 7 years. I'm still there most of the
Yeah.
time
Right.
because my baby's still
Yeah.
kind of
Still-
walking.
yeah.
You know?
Still we're learning to walk.
So
Right.
unless you're willing to
Put in the hours.
put in the hours, sacrifice a lot,
Sweat, the tears.
yes, because there's days that I only sleep 2 hours, 3 hours, and I'm back at it.
Yes.
Of course, there's days that I can not go or anything, but
Yeah.
unless you're really, really into it,
Yeah.
otherwise don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do
And
it.
as long as you have a supportive team too,
Right.
because it puts a toll in relationships,
Mm-hmm.
I think, and with family or marriage and stuff like that. If they're
And
not
kids,
on the same
yep.
page.
Yes.
Yeah, because
It's
it
hard.
will, especially like for us, we have kids, and it's hard me being at the restaurant all day because there's days that I don't see them.
Yes.
Or when I leave their house, they're still sleeping, and when I'm home, they're sleeping.
Sleeping again. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's hard, but it has the rewards. So
Right.
As long as they know that we're doing it for them too. We're trying to make way for their dream, and if their dream is that great, and if not, at least it opened the doors for them to
Right.
do their dream.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. Last question. Where do you see yourselves in 5 years?
Hopefully more successful than we are now, and continue to grow and expand with our ideas. This is our idea, man. So hopefully seeing a few of those projects come to life, that would be the dream.
Awesome.
yep, definitely,
Awesome.
definitely.
All right. You're not going to answer?
I'm not gonna answer.
Throw it back at Tiffany.
I'm
Okay.
not gonna
Where
answer
do
that.
you see yourself?
I was gonna say in the Columbia, what you call it?
This stupid. I know you're gonna say something stupid.
I mean, Hillcrest would have been hilarious for people who
No,
would have
he
got that,
He
but
wants to
I think.
become,
It's not a mayor. What's it called?
what is it? Chairman?
Chairman of. Well, I wanted the people from Richmond County to reach out one time, right? I can't remember what party it was.
Yeah.
I think it was the Republican Party. They reached out, and I was like, go into my Facebook, and then
And
tell me.
and then ask me, do you want me to
Yeah.
be on the board? Or was it like a board? Or was it a
Yeah.
board member or
yeah,
something?
They never reached back.
Never heard from them
Never heard
again.
from them. But it would be nice to be.
I can't picture him.
I know.
picture
I
that.
couldn't imagine either. That'd be funny.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, you're well known with the community. Would you be willing,
Interested,
interested? And
yeah.
I was like, well, I have no
Experience.
experience or any politics or
Right.
anything.
Right.
She's like, yeah, but we need somebody against a face. And I was like, before you said anything,
Go
go to my
Make
Facebook.
sure you look at my social
Yeah.
media.
Same thing happened with what was the name of the cancer plate thing? That was Man of the Year or
Oh
whatever.
yeah.
Leukemia,
Oh, the lymphoma man of the year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they reached out and I was like,
Are you
you sure?
sure?
They're like, yeah. And I was like, well, go into my social media first.
Yes. Yes.
And then they
Yeah.
tell me, she's like, yeah, we need you, we want you. I was
Yeah.
like, you sure?
Oh,
She's like, yeah,
wow.
all right.
Okay.
Which was great. It hit home, and it was amazing that he did that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And we raised about 30 grand.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
That's amazing.
25 were only in shots.
Yeah.
So we did
Oh, yeah, we
F
did
cancer.
shots.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
it used to.
Yeah.
It was a bad word.
Right. Right.
Cancer.
Yeah.
Shots, $10 a piece.
Oh, that's awesome. That's
Yep.
amazing.
A lot of alcoholic in here.
Absolutely.
5 on this list.
Okay, so then I can just go ahead and just be like, stay tuned as we explore.
I think we got like 3 minutes.
Okay, so I'm just going to do an outro then. Well, thank you again for joining us today, and I appreciate hearing all your stories and how you guys became who you are. I wish you guys the best in the future. You know, I think y'all are going to be very successful.
Thank you very much.
Hopefully.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned for our next segment on Augusta Business Connection Spotlight.
Perfect.
There you go, done. Whew, thank y'all. It wasn't as bad, but
No.
it started rough. If I didn't have to do 50,000 takes.